In this video, we're about to embark on an enticing exploration into the realm of chocolate production. I'll take you on a captivating journey through the process that transforms cocoa into the delectable chocolate bars and treats we all know and love. Get ready to immerse yourself in a world that churns out millions of tons of chocolate each year. You've undoubtedly savored chocolate in various forms, but have you ever wondered how this delightful treat makes its way from the cocoa bean to your taste buds? The manufacturing process commences once the cocoa beans arrive at the factory. The first step involves quality control, achieved by passing them along a conveyor belt that guides them through a cleaning system consisting of a series of sieves designed to remove twigs, stones, and other impurities. Building on this initial phase, our journey through the chocolate-making process takes us to a high-tech rotating drum known as micronizer. Here, the cocoa beans undergo gentle heating to facilitate the loosening of their outer shells. Following this step, the beans proceed to a specialized machine known as a winnower, designed explicitly for shell removal. Within the winnower, a series of rakes systematically sweep the beans across screens, effectively detaching substantial shell fragments. Then a powerful vacuum system is employed to eliminate any remaining smaller shell pieces. This meticulous process culminates in the exposure of the inner part of the cocoa bean, known as the nib. Before diving into the fascinating world of the chocolate nib, it is important to know the origin of the precious cocoa beans. These ideal conditions are only found in certain regions along the equatorial line of our planet. The cocoa tree is extremely demanding in terms of growing conditions, requiring a constant temperature of at least 25 degrees Celsius and humidity exceeding 80%. The harvesting process has maintained its traditional methods due to the vulnerability of cocoa trees and the fact that cocoa pods do not naturally detach from the trees. This process is arduous and is carried out manually, with workers picking the fruits and extracting the beans by hand, which are wrapped in a white, viscous pulp. Although cocoa originated in the Americas, West African countries currently stand out as the world's leading producers and exporters, contributing approximately 75% of global cocoa bean production. The remaining approximately 25% comes from other regions such as Central and South America, Southeast Asia, and the Caribbean. While obtaining a cocoa bean is quite the opposite of a factory process, this contrast isn't by chance. After harvesting, the beans along with the pulp are placed in fermentation boxes covered with banana leaves, where they remain for a period of 3 to 9 days. This phase is essential as it not only eliminates bacteria and pulp, but also gives the beans their distinctive brown color and flavor. The beans then undergo a sun-drying process to reduce their humidity, preparing them for shipment to chocolate factories around the world. But let's leave the fields behind and return to the factory, where the real magic happens with these transformed beans, now known as nibs. The nibs are destined for the roasting phase in the factory, a pivotal step that brings out their full flavor potential. Over 50% of the nibs' content consists of a valuable component known as cocoa butter. In the chocolate production process, the processed nibs are meticulously blended with cocoa butter and sugar, along with milk powder for milk chocolate varieties. When crafting milk chocolate as the primary product, the factory initiates the nib transformation by employing a grinding procedure. While today's chocolate production relies on sophisticated machinery, it wasn't always the case. Chocolate's history traces back nearly 4,000 years to the ancient Mesoamerican civilizations. In these regions, where the trees thrive due to the specific climatic conditions mentioned earlier, cocoa was highly valued for its multifaceted uses. It served not only as a source of sustenance, but also found its way into medicinal remedies and played a significant role in various religious rituals. It was Christopher Columbus himself who discovered cocoa in America, and the story goes that in 1519, Hernán Cortés and his soldiers were greeted with Xocolal, a cocoa drink, by the Aztec Emperor Moctezuma. This marked the beginning of the spread of cocoa in Europe. During the modern age, cocoa was used discreetly in Europe. Over time, honey was replaced by sugar, and flavors such as cinnamon and vanilla were added. Solid chocolate became popular, first in Spain and then elsewhere, reserved mainly for the aristocracy. The industrialization of chocolate began in the early 19th century. In 1828, Dutchman Conrad van Houten invented a press to separate cocoa butter from cocoa powder. In 1840, the Swiss Rudolf Lindt mixed cocoa butter and cocoa paste, creating a sweeter chocolate. In 1875, another Swiss, Daniel Peter, developed the milk condensation technique, which Henry Nestle applied to chocolate in 1905, giving rise to milk chocolate. This process marked the popularization of chocolate as we know it today. All these innovations are now utilized in the factory, where the process continues. Through a meticulously controlled interplay of heat and friction, the cocoa butter within the nibs undergoes a transformative process, ultimately yielding a velvety and pure liquid chocolate commonly referred to as chocolate liquor. Remarkably, a portion of the cocoa butter is separated from the chocolate liquor to be independently sold as a vital ingredient in chocolate manufacturing. This cocoa butter is employed not only within the factory, but also in other production facilities, where it is skillfully combined with an array of other components, each in varying proportions, to craft a diverse range of cocoa-based products. Types of chocolates are primarily manufactured in the United States, Germany, Switzerland, and Belgium. Western Europe accounts for roughly 35% of the world's chocolate production, while the United States contributes an additional 30% to this global output. Interestingly, none of the major cocoa-producing countries play a significant role in chocolate manufacturing. In fact, in 2022, the worldwide chocolate market was valued at approximately $205 billion, with projections indicating an expected increase to $262 billion by 2030. This growth is attributed to several factors, including the surging demand for premium and dark chocolate, heightened consumer health consciousness, and the expanding influence of e-commerce. From a geographical perspective, China and the United States held prominent positions in the global chocolate market, accounting for approximately 18% and 11% of total revenues by 2021, thanks to the presence of numerous manufacturers in these regions. The United States in particular serves as a hub for globally renowned confectionery companies such as Mars Inc., Nestle, and the Hershey Company. Furthermore, the Asia-Pacific region is poised for rapid growth in the coming years, driven by its expanding population, which is expected to boost the demand for chocolate products in this area. To turn these statistics and projections into reality, the chocolate production process must flow smoothly. This is precisely why it undergoes meticulous refinement upon entering a specialized machine, passing through a series of 5 rollers that finely reduce particle size. In just minutes, this process transforms the substance into a finely powdered form. However, the next step is to bring it back to a liquid state, and for this purpose, it proceeds to a machine known as a conch. Within this apparatus, a combination of friction and heat once again activates the cocoa butter, effectively returning the powder to its original liquid state. At this stage, an additional amount of cocoa butter is introduced, precisely calibrated to adjust the viscosity to the desired thickness, thus achieving the preferred consistency. As the name suggests, this machine dispenses chocolate drops onto a conveyor belt. The beauty of it lies in the interchangeable nozzle trays, allowing the flexibility to produce an array of chip sizes, discs, or other custom shapes. The recently deposited chocolate chips, still warm and pliable, begin their cooling journey as they pass through a tunnel. This tunnel spans approximately 5 minutes, comprising various temperature zones ranging from 30 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. When they emerge from this cooling process, the chips have solidified into delightful, firm morsels. Subsequently, a conveyor belt guides them through a metal detector, a standard food safety precaution ensuring the utmost quality and safety of the chocolate products. Within the same facility, the production line also crafts hefty 10-pound chocolate bars. A specialized depositor fills bar-shaped plastic molds, and then the conveyor system transports these molds into a refrigerated chamber for a duration of about 2 hours. This continuous motion enhances air circulation, optimizing the cooling process and maintaining product quality. This captivating journey from cocoa bean to the irresistible chocolate bar highlights the artistry and precision behind every delightful creation. Now, before you eagerly dive into your chocolate, I completely understand the temptation. I'm genuinely excited to hear your thoughts. Please share what aspect of the manufacturing process fascinated you the most, and don't hesitate to suggest other products you'd like us to explore in our upcoming videos. Before you go, if you enjoyed the content, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated on new videos. See you in the next video!